In 1624, John Rolfe, who was at the Jamestown Company when the first 20 slaves came over from Congo in 1619, right? Well, in the 1624 census of John Ross, he lists the names of people who came over on that boat, and half of them have Bible or Christian names. So what they're saying is this. The folks who came over in 1619, half of them were Christians when they got on the boat, and they were Christians when they got off the boat. Why? Because they got saved back in Congo first. They were brought here against their will, but they knew Jesus. Then in 1630, you had another group of Congolese Christians taken against their will, who were brought to what is now New York, is New Amsterdam at the time, controlled by the Dutch. In 10 years, they get their freedom, and they buy land, they buy property, they buy houses. One of them runs for legislature and wins. What I'm saying is this. It was those people, and that's the boat they came in on, that you're showing there. It was those people who were sharing the gospel with the enslaved blacks and with the free blacks during that time period before the Great Awakenings, right? So, so there was a law. They put a law in place around that time period saying that they didn't want to enslave Christians, and that was a policy that was put in place by the Dutch, also by the Brits, and also by the Portuguese. Basically, they were saying they didn't want to enslave anybody that looked like them. But the slave traders knew that there were people back in Africa who were already Christians. So they said, okay, don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask if they're Christians, and nobody tell them the gospel. Why? Because they didn't want that policy to be put in place like it was for those that came through New Amsterdam or New York.